He put on his blue gloves and he said, man, I hope to God you ain't do what I think you did. You got to be the stupidest ever. And he was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He said, man, shut up, bend over. Pull your boxes down. Pulled his boxes down, and during the time he dug up in his, the phone went off again.
Prison Stories 101, man. We back once again, man, with another special episode. Gizzle, man. What's good with you?
Man? What's happening?
Every time we do these prison stories, man, we try to, take a look at some of the past ones that you've done, some of the comments. Some things you say sometimes rile people up. A lot of people, I'm going to lie, on the last one, it was just a lot of positive energy, man. A lot of people loving your lingo, loving your tone, and they saying what you're saying is real. That's one thing that people like who haven't been, or people that have been in different units, they're like questioning these stories. But as more people chime in, they're like, nah, oh boy, speaking real.
Yeah.
But there was one thing that was said, though, and I got to get your take on it, is when you had mentioned you would like for everyone to go free. Like everyone in prison should go free. Can you expound on what you meant by that?
Yeah, they fried me in the skillet on that one, bro. But they misunderstood what I was saying. It came out wrong. What I was trying to say was this. Me, myself, I just don't wish prison on nobody. You know what I'm saying? We all done some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the punishment that a lot of us get oversees what we supposed to get. Because let's be clear. When judgment day comes, we're going to get punished for it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that nobody should go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, look how steep some of these punishments be. And everybody ain't you heard me, cut out for prison. Everybody ain't cut out for jail. And then you got those in there that are innocent as hell. You hear it like, oh, I swear to God, I didn't do it. For some people, that's true. But you don't find out till 10, 15 years later that you can get your name cleared, and then you get out and get a pat on the back and we sorry. And like, you just took this man's whole life. And although a bag go with that, because it's what, $1,000 a day for every day you was wrongfully locked up?
That's what I was wondering, like, how much is it?
Yeah, it's like $1,000 a day. But at the end of the day, let's say he was locked up, because a lot of these dudes be locked up 20, 25 years, and then forensics finally step up and say, we goofed up. It wasn't him. It doesn't match. We got to let him go free. So after 25 years, you're like, oh, my people coming home and this and that. And then the boy come out with their bag, but he's been torn down so much during a 25-year expansion period that he'll never be the same. Even the money you give him ain't gonna do him no good, because this is home now. This is all he know. He grew up right here. For a lot of dudes and shit right now, I know dudes and shit that will catch a fresh charge before their sentence is over, just so they can stay. Because they institutionalized. They scared to come outside because they can't handle it. And it's crazy, but it's true. You got some people who will never get looked down on in this world because they ain't about nothing. But when they catch a bid, oh, you run the penitentiary. Oh, you one of them haymakers and shit, you got it. You got that respect. Everything you couldn't get in the street, you got it in here. You got the hoes, you got the dope, you got the respect, you got the hand game, you got all that. Everything at your disposal. Now imagine having that for 15 plus years. And then they all of us, all right, man, time to go. Where the fuck am I going? It's time to go home. I am at home. That's why a lot of them, they come out and they end up coming right back in. Because they come out here and they be like, oh no, hell no. You're not going to disrespect me. I don't give a fuck who you is, because this is what they're used to. Respect. I'm out here looking for a job. I'm out here doing this, that, and the third, trying to get my family together, and they bitching and barking at me or want more than what I have. You know, that's just like my baby mamas. I'm going to catch some smoke for it, but fuck it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I come out, you steady putting me on child support and asking for an upgrade and shit. You know I got skills. You know I got talent. You know I deal with movies, music, all this shit. But it's a process the way this shit goes. Y'all so thirsty. So thirsty, bro. So thirsty to the point you won't even fully let me go get the bag before you try to take it from me.
All right, you touching on something here, man. Let's kind of go through this, because it was, people watch movies like Central Park 5, to where back in the day before DNA and forensics was using DNA, you could just blame somebody for a rape, and then they set off, and then DNA comes back, oh, this person wasn't that. And to let a man like that, who done 25 years, who've been through everything in the penitentiary system, out into the free world, and expect him to be a civilian again. Oh, you're not a felon. You could get a job. You could be normal. For them to expect that.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, bro. I say out of every 5 that they let go like that, you might get one of them that can confine themselves to society and walk along the guidelines and stuff of being free. And even for that person, it's hard. But for the other 4, they ain't gonna know how to act. They ain't gonna know how to act. They used to having the money, the power, the respect, the girls, the hoes, the fuck niggas, the dick and the booty niggas. They used to have all this that they right here. What they say goes. Now you come back out here, now I got you bitching at me. I got you bitching at me. I got you looking at me. It's like, I ain't scared of you. You know what I'm saying? They got guns out here. They got all this shit. So now you put me back, you take me out of my box and you put me right here, and it's like being on an airplane. The world is so big. Everything is so big until you get so far up, and then everything start looking like ants. And that's how they come out of prison. They institutionalized. They used to respect. They used to this, that, and the third. Well, you no longer have to do that, because once you come out, it's the American way to do whatever you want to do. But your respect ain't no different than mine. Nigga, fuck you. Who is you? What you say? Say, man, you cutting me? I know a dude that went to Slowski's, man, to get a sandwich made, and end up stabbing the dude 17 times because he cut him in the line. He cut him in the line. To this day, they didn't understand what happened, what went wrong, why he jumped up and did what he did, but I understood. Once they said that he had just done 12 years in one of the rawest penitentiaries in the world, I already knew what it was.
Is it the cutting in the line, or is it the disrespect of not saying excuse me? Like, what is it that clicks in someone's head?
If you say excuse me, it's not enough. For us, we live by a different set of rules than society do. It ain't no excuse me, and now you cool, you can get up here with your homeboy. Wait your turn. Period. There's no getting around that. So if I came up here and I just ordered my food, you know what I'm saying, and I'm sitting up here waiting on my food, and you jump right in front of me and be like, excuse me, hold on, partner. So, hey, I ordered this, what's it called? I'm going to feel some type of way. Say, man, you can complain all you want to, but you're going to do it back there. I'm trying to get my food. What you say? And here you go.
That's crazy, because so many people would do that outside the world who never set foot in the penitentiary. They don't have respect like that. They'll just be like, my situation is more important than yours. And they don't know how much time or what this man behind them did in order to get to this moment right here.
Exactly.
Damn, 17 times.
And they ain't ready for it. So you think you done set this man down for something he didn't even do for 25 years. And now you're saying, we made a mistake. you're free to go. No, I don't want to go, really. I mean, I want to leave because I was never supposed to be here in the first place, but I have been conditioned in this environment. So if outside is not like this environment, I'm not going to know how to breathe. I'm dead. If I got all this power in here and you tell me today, all right, time to go home. Damn, where did the time go? You know what I'm saying? I had life. Yeah, you just did 25 of it. Basically, 25 to life is life. So if you pull 25, you just did a life sentence. So now you like, damn, I'm nervous and shit. Everybody like, man, you going home? Man, oh man, they got them hoes out there. They got BBLs now. They got this. And you like, they got what? What the fuck is that? Oh, they got such you put in your ear and stuff, this and that. They got drones. They got all this stuff. And really, I don't care nothing about that. That's not my world. This is. Since the day you sentenced me, this has been my world. And I had to adapt to so much shit that I never wanted to. But once I did it, I went hard with it. Now I earned my place in here, and you telling me it's time to go home?
You can't, it's hard to repeat that same respect because it took you that many years to garner that lifestyle that you have in there. And now you reset back to zero. Mentally, I can see that breaking some people. Like, I'm back down to nothing. Like, and I did all this to where.
Yeah, because when you get out here, you got to fill out applications. You got to get a job. You got people bitching and barking at you. And you ain't used to that because I'm the person that everybody respected. You're not going to come at me like that. I'm a man. And I die for my respect.
What do you think Big Meech mentally is going through based on being so institutionalized, coming out? He has money. It ain't like he came out broke, but.
Nah, he ain't broke.
Yeah, when you see him and like every time people always say he looks awkward when he's in like smile, like he just be looking kind of awkward when he's in pictures and stuff.
He's confused. He's confused because a person of that stature, and you know, that's the big homie.
Yeah.
I know the big homie. A person of that stature getting locked up at the high peak of his career, whether it be a criminal career, you know what I'm saying, Fortune 500 in the fame, all that, it don't matter. When you get locked up, all that taken from you at that time, sometimes you get stuck. So that's why you see some people when they get out of prison and stuff, they still want to run to sag their pants and, you know what I'm saying, go put deuces on their ride and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, that's nice. We don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying?
They're stuck from the time that they went in, like how it was when they went in. They like, this is what I was on.
It's like everything was on pause. So now when I get out, I'm expecting this. I made plans for this. I done detailed it in my writing and stuff, in my brain. This is funny. I already know what's up.
Based on the world you left.
Based on the world I left. And then I get out, it's ha, 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 ha. My son doing good. My son treat me to this, that, and the third and stuff. And he bring me this nigga and shit, Rick Ross. And you like, I don't know what you going through with this man. I don't even care. I'm a businessman, and I'm a businessman that put multitudes of different people, even enemies, all in one cartel, and we all ate. And that's what he's used to. Now you come out and it's a whole bunch of games. Nobody really cares about what you did before. They just want to be nosy about the story about how you did it.
That's real. So on the flip side of that, from your original statement that everybody needs to be let free, who do you feel needs to be in prison? Who do you feel needs to be locked up? And what type of time do they deserve?
It really depends on what you did because I get it. If somebody killed my mama, you know what I'm saying, in cold blood, this, that, and the third, and my only get back, my only lick back is to see you rot in jail and stuff. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But then there's the pedophiles, those the ones I feel like should never see the light of day. Because you ruined somebody's life. You ruined somebody's child. And you not only ruined that child's life, you ruined everything around them. Because it's just like throwing a pebble in the water. It ricochets. So everything associated with this child as she is growing up is going to be fucked up. You giving everybody a hard time. Because she don't know who to trust. She don't know what to do. She don't know how to harbor these feelings and shit and keep it from exploding on everybody else.
Monsters create monsters.
Monsters create monsters. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you didn't do that harsh of a crime, yeah, I feel like you should be free. You know what I'm saying? But I can't speak for murderers and stuff like that. I mean, it's a fine line there. Because what if that person did it out of defense?
It's a fine line.
It's a fine line. So I would be wrong to say you don't deserve your freedom because you killed such and such and this, that, and the third. We don't know what the true story, underlying story that's been swept up under the rug. We don't know.
Even now, you do security gigs to where, Texas, Florida, some other states have a stand your ground law. What are your thoughts on the stand your ground law? Do some people hide under that to get away with a free body?
Yeah, they hide up under that to get away. I mean, I would myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's the perfect way it's the perfect way. I fought hard as hell to get my gun license back.
Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I fought hard as hell. And somebody not you know what I'm saying, who helped me get it, you know what I'm saying? That's between y'all and them. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Trump did a lot of favors for me, so, you know what I'm saying?
Do you believe in eye for an eye? Like if the crime what crime you commit should be the crime that happens to you, or let's just say, because you mentioned that some of these crimes don't deserve the time that they throw. So it's hard to gauge like how much time to give somebody based on the crimes they commit, based on will they commit it again. So do you believe in eye for an eye? Like if it's death, it should be death for death, rape for rape, whatever it is.
I'm not gonna lie to you, me per se, I can't speak for nobody else, so please don't get upset with me. I can only speak for me. Tit for tat, my wife, anybody will tell you this was my thing. My thing. You slap me, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? You kill my homeboy, I'm finna try to kill 2 or 3 of yours. You know, but as I've gotten older and stuff, it's like it's not even worth it, bro. It's not even worth it. Because after I have proceeded with my plan of getting you back, I found out that I'm not satisfied. I'm still hungry for doing something else to make myself feel good. And it doesn't come. I still get nightmares about stuff that I've done. You know what I'm saying? To get back at somebody else. Because they've done something to me or somebody I love. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had to kind of grow out of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They say the battle is the Lord. That's what they say. That's what the books say. But it also says an eye for an eye.
That's what it says.
It also say turn the other cheek. But then it's like, how many cheeks does one have to turn?
Right. What is I forgot the movie Straw, but like you can only take so much.
You can only take so much.
Do you believe in the death penalty? What's your thoughts on that? And what's your thoughts on death row?
I feel like after smelling them bodies, bro, walking through the walls unit, you know what I'm saying, on the day that them fried somebody and you want to feed us some motherfucking fried chicken, I feel like that's wrong. I feel like lethal injection is wrong because a whole lot of times they come back 10, 12 years after that and find out that they was wrong, that that person didn't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just wasn't enough time and patience for them to figure it out, to find what they needed to clear a person. You know what I'm saying? And this person sitting there trembling and praying to God that it don't go that far, and it does. You know what I'm saying?
For a person who actually does commit a crime, let's say a mass murderer, he's like, I plead guilty, I did it. That person who took multiple lives, do you believe that?
And the old me would say, shit, nigga, you need to get your ass done. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you walk into a USP prison and you're a pedophile. You did something to somebody's daughter. You did that. We all look at it like this. That could have been my daughter, homie. That could have been my mama. That could have been my sister. That could have been my little girl that you did that to. So since they're not here to avenge themselves, I'm going to do it for them. That's the old me. The new me says, the battle is the Lord. The battle is the Lord. I try so hard. I ain't perfect, bro. I'm not. I'm still working on me. He's still working on me. You know what I'm saying? But technically, I feel like in the end, like I was saying, we're going to get punished for our wrong deeds regardless if we're not forgiven. So who are you to sit here and play God while you're here on this earth when you bleed like me?
It's always more about the person who actually presses the button or pulls the, like for that person, like you're basically doing exactly what you put this man in jail for.
Exactly.
And you feel like it's justified by the state.
You're no better than that person.
Yeah. Can I ask you, you mentioned, of course, which is wild, I never thought about someone getting electrocuted and then they're serving, with the smell, they're serving chicken. I never thought about that. Lethal injection has been a thing, but they've also brought back the shooting gallery, the death by, gun range.
Firing squad.
Yeah, firing squad. What are your thoughts on that? Because that's actually an option that they're giving back to inmates. Like,
it just goes back to the same thing, bro. Like, I don't feel nobody who bleed as much as I bleed. You know what I'm saying? Got the same set of hands, feet, and this, that. You have no more than I have, that you have the right to make me make that decision. You know? Now, if it was some type of angelic beings that was walking around the earth punishing people for what they did, then hey, it is what it is. You got that right. You know what I'm saying? You were sent by the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? But little Larry, the little snotty nose ass niggas from down the street and shit that couldn't get a girl and shit, who trick every day in the club and shit, who pick at his nose, who ain't got no fight in them and this and that. But now that you got this position and shit, all you want to do is press a lever.
Yeah.
All you want to do is sit up there, write your name, put your signature down saying, kill him, kill him, kill him.
It's crazy because technically we're all sinners. So the person,
we are all sinners. We're born in sin.
The person who's judging, they're doing something behind closed doors as well. To like, how do you justify we're all sinners, but you get to pull a lever a lot this time or a lot this sentence? And I'm like, it's kind of it's a mind fuck when you let it really like play with your head. Like, it's kind of wild.
And that's not justice, bro. That's not justice. Right. I'm telling you, I've did some things that'll give some people the chills behind me trying to get my lick back. I know I'm going to get punished for it in the end. I know I am. Yeah. But who are you to walk up and snatch me out of a situation and dictate how I get it? I mean, when it's all said and done and it's over with and we all dead standing in the line to talk to God and this and that, are you going to stand there and advocate for me and shit? You ain't got to do nothing to him. I got him. I took care of him. Come on, man. He gonna say, depart from me, I never knew you.
It's facts. This is facts. So let's do it like this, man. If you don't mind, because, this is always an education to people who don't know how things work inside the penitentiary system. Again, you done state and fed. Can you explain, from what your knowledge is, the difference between a low, a medium, and a max?
Well, federal guidelines, you have this big old orange book, and I'm not exaggerating. It's literally this thick. Penal codes, everything you need to know about the feds is in this book. And it's going to tell you that really you're not being sentenced for what you just done. I'm sentencing you off of your past. Every misdemeanor is 1 point. Every felony is 3 points that you've had in your life. And we're going to use this to tally this up. And it's going to say, oh, you got 9 points? Oh, you got 10? Oh, you got 5? Oh, you got 26? You're going automatically, first time. This may be your first time ever going to jail. But because you had past felonies that you never did time for, they stacked up. 3. My lawyer got me off on this. My lawyer got me off on that. You know what I'm saying? I did community service on this. This was a traffic ticket. This was this, that, and the third. By the time they tally that up, you're going to the USP, United States Penitentiary. And it's a shocker to some people because they feel like, oh, no, this is my first time. My first time. They don't care. They don't care. Now, you had a bunch of misdemeanors in your past and you got 5 or 6 points. As bad as they probably want to send your ass to the penitentiary, they can't. Because these are guidelines. So those 6 points are going to send you to a camp or a low. 9 times out of 10, you're going to a camp. You're still free.
Yeah, what's the camp like? What does it look like?
How can I compare this? Yeah, we've been camping.
I haven't personally, but go ahead. I've seen it many times. I've been out in the woods, yes.
Okay. Imagine being out in the middle of nowhere and you're staying in a trailer. Imagine that when they call count time and all this kind of stuff, you can be anywhere that you ain't got no business being as long as you back by the time they say count time. Imagine having a visitation and you can go step outside and look down the road and say, that's my granny. That's my granny coming right there. I'm finna go meet her at the car. To me, that's freedom, homie.
Yeah, shit.
Versus me have to sit up there, I'm fiddling my fingers, waiting and shit. I don't know if my people here or not. And then you sit up there, gotta frisk and feel all my people and shit, make them damn near get naked and shit. Then they get up in here, you say, oh, 1 kiss before, 1 kiss at the end. You know what I'm saying? Part ways, sit right here, boom, boom, you still dictating. You know what I'm saying? This is how it is when you locked up. Your people go through much shit as you go through just to come and see your ass. Medium. It's a fine line between the medium and the camp. The camp and the USP. The medium is right there in the middle. So depending on where your points is at, that's where you're going. Although some of them pop it off, a lot of them don't want no trouble. Reason being because there's all types of favor going on.
What you mean?
Favor, as in like the visits, the staying up.
Things you could lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got more to lose.
Yeah, you got more to lose when you on the USP. So if a pedophile come through there and y'all just seen this boy face on the news and y'all know damn well what he did, you're going to turn the other cheek. Ain't my business. I'm going to leave that alone. My focus is here trying to get to the house or trying to get to a lower, custody, you know what I'm saying, so I can get even more favor out of this situation and shit. I mean, my sperm donor went to Fort Worth and he was on the medical unit. I went to go see this nigga and I was just like, when I got there and we were pulling up, this nigga was in the creek fishing.
Oh.
Fishing. He walked up on me, I was like, nigga, you ain't locked up, man. Don't call me no more.
Fishing.
That's crazy.
Fishing is wild.
Yeah.
Catch and release of hope.
They got washers and dryers. They got TVs in their cells and all that shit. You ain't seeing none of that in the USP.
Can someone with a life sentence be in the low, be in the camp?
Yes, they can.
Wow.
Yes, they can. Like I say, it depends on your points. And then if you went to a USP or Supermax, wherever you went to, what you call that shit? That program and shit.
We're gonna get you out of it.
Damn. Anyway, there's such thing as working your way down to get back down to that status. You might have started off way up here because of your points spread, but after a while, after they look at you and this and that, you can't come up for an interview and shit, and they be like, yeah, we're gonna knock these points off. We're gonna knock these points off. But I got life. You better act accordingly. So it is people with life sentences on the camp. I done seen it. And they're low. You know what I'm saying? And when I say they quiet as a mouse, they quiet as a mouse.
I believe. So when it comes to the max, Supermax, the highs, I've heard people having troubles in mediums, getting caught with stuff or whatever happens, and they get shipped off to a max. They got to do, now they got to go to, what are they looking at to go from like a medium to like a max? A
Supermax Florence or something like that, 23 or whatever. I mean, it just depends. I mean, you can stab somebody and catch that, or you can have too much influence. You know what I'm saying? Or they just shipping you around and they tired of fucking with you because you're a problem.
So what are they expecting? Because I interviewed one guy and he said that basically, he was caught with a phone. He was in a medium. They sent him to a max. He said, first couple of days there, he seen maybe 2 bodies. He didn't see that while he was in the medium. He said he got to the max, he seen 2 men lose their lives within the first few days. I'm like, there's a difference in lifestyle.
Yeah, because they're not gonna play with you, bro. And what you do follows you. Never think you can get away with anything. Whatever you've done somewhere else, they're going to shoot their kite and it's going to beat you there. When they say meet me there, beat me there, don't just meet me there. That's some real shit.
Come on. Yeah.
Because we've gotten kites in the USP about somebody that did something. This wasn't no free world shit that he's done. He's created a disturbance on the farm. So he ended up getting shipped along with a whole lot of other people. And it's like, he's coming here. Kite got to us 3 days before he got there.
Damn.
And went to the fence. All the homies went to the fence. He read it off, told us what happened, and said, when they get here, we basically don't say nothing to them. We're going to bake him a cake.
He can't make no explanation. He can't come in and, hey, y'all, this was, it's damn, 3 days before. 3 days to prep for his arrival is crazy.
Wow. If you've been investigated already, whatever they came up with, you're going to have to eat that cake, bro. you're going to have to eat that cake, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no talking your way out of it. I got this much commissary, this much money. I can put this on your books and shit. Lord and Lamb.
Hey. Oh, man. All right. Well, there was a story you were mentioning, man. I got to get your take on this story. You said a guy smuggled something in some places and got caught with it.
Oh, the dude that got caught with the cell phone in his ass.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How does one get caught? How does one even just break that down? Because again, smuggling things is like new to people as far as how creative can you get. But you always hear stories of someone trying to put some contraband up there. Go explain what happened here.
All right. So what happened was this, right? And I'm not in the feds no more. At this point, I'm in the state. So I'm on Smith unit. So every so often and shit, they'll come through with the drug dogs and shit and the COs and shit. They'll come up on the wing and stuff. And if the dog's barking and shit and they know it's drugs on the compound, it's going down. So they're going to tell everybody, pack their shit and let's make a move. Put you in the gymnasium and they shaking you down. So while they shaking us down in the gymnasium or wherever they put us, they're tearing up the wing, looking for hidden contraband knives or whatever the fuck they can find. They tearing that bitch up. So this particular day, this dude, he was a punk, you know what I'm saying? Like a homosexual, you know what I'm saying? He was dealing with this dude out of West Texas. Now, homie had a cell phone. He was panicking right before we got pushed into the gymnasium. He was panicking about what he was going to do with his phone because the CEO who he normally gives his phone to is on vacation. So he fucked at this thing. So I guess he talked to his little homosexual partner, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're going to have to take one for the team. You're going to have to fist it. So everybody packed their shit. We going into the gymnasium. They got lines and lines and lines. And we're butt-ass naked, mind you. All we got on is a pair of boxers and some damn shower shoes. You got all your property sitting next to you and shit. And they're going to run through it with a fine-tooth comb. They find anything you ain't supposed to have, your ass going to get your issue. So this dude is right up front, like maybe 4 people from being shook down. Next. Now, don't get me wrong. With 400-500 people in this gymnasium, it's noisy. So during this noisy period, all we hear was, I don't know what you heard about me. A bitch can't get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. Then I'm a motherfucker PIMP. So people look around like, yo, you hear that? So we thinking that one of the CEOs snuck their phone in and they got their shit in their pocket. That's what we thinking, right? But they looking at each other like, it ain't them. So the noise go away. Everybody go back to what they doing. Boom. About 5 more minutes pass. I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get $1 out of me. The punk is going crazy right now. He's sweating. I'm talking about, they got these big ass fans up in this bitch blowing on us and shit. So ain't nobody got no reason sweating. This boy dripping. So Big West, you know what I'm saying, the CEO, he jumps up. He said, that shit coming from up. Hey, come here, homeboy. Come here. So he put on his blue gloves and shit. And he said, man, I hope to God you ain't do what I think you did. You got to be the stupidest motherfucker ever. And he was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He said, man, shut up. Bend over. Pull your boxes down. Pulled his boxes down, and during the time he dug up in his ass, the phone went off again. You got mail. You got mail.
Couldn't put on vibrate.
He said, your dumb ass had the nerve to stick a phone up your ass, but didn't cut it off.
I don't know what you heard about me. Dang. Oh, man. That's wild. That might be the throw this little contraband sneaker store I didn't heard, bro. Or at least to get caught. Yeah. That's wild.
I mean, I done seen some shit.
That's wild.
I done seen some shit.
You know, a lot of people were asking about the mentality. You had told a story of a little, small dude getting assaulted by 6 men.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm curious to the sense that what would make 6 men want to attack one dude? Like the mentality behind that. And I asked that to say, there would be like, I don't want to say like gang hierarchy, but you have like one dude who like is the leader of a little group of people. And he's like, hey, we all got to do this. We all got to get in trouble. Sometimes, we all in the same car together, like, or, you doing a robbery. Right. We all going to get the same time. So the dudes be like, well, I might as well hop in there too.
Birds of a feather flock together. Let me just say that. You have some niggas that's fucked up like that at solo dolo. They don't give a damn what the other niggas got going. This is him. This is what he into. Then you got the others and stuff, they run around in the pack. You know what I'm saying? Because although they vultures like that, you know what I'm saying? We used to call them jack boys. You know what I'm saying? Although they run in the pack, that don't mean you hold them. It don't mean that you can pull this off if you actually looking at somebody you want to get into.
Right.
Because see, back in the day, 60s, 70s, and 80s, in prison, let's be honest, nobody really said a damn thing about boys getting raped and all that shit, because let's be clear. The same dudes that was doing it was the niggas who had the hands and had all the respect. These were your rapists. These were your booty bandits. That came with it. And ain't nobody talk down on them and this and that, because you know what was going to happen to you. But as time evolved, Tyler, the extortion rat, came out and exposed a lot of shit. And it was just like, we're not doing that no more. Do it at your own risk. It's going to get done, but do it at your own risk. You're going to get more time. Everything you do, you're going right back to the county. You're going to come back and get some more time. So it kind of smothered that a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not as wild as it used to be back then.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody standing there as soon as you walk out, get off the bus and you got your mattress on there. You ever had your shit pushed back? Ain't nobody doing that shit no more. Nigga scared to death. Nigga trying to go home.
Yeah.
But it don't mean he don't have them. Mm-hmm. But if I click up with these jack boys right here, you know what I'm saying, I might get lucky.
In fact, the guy, what's his name, Fleece Johnson, I'm like, how the hell is he free? Someone who causes that, again, I don't know what he actually did, but to admit to being, I'm abandoned in jail, I'm taking it. How does that, a person, I'm sure he must have had either extended life sentence or something, but how does one like that talk like that on an MSNBC video, let's say 10 years ago, 15 years ago? How does a man like that be walking the streets today? Again, I don't know if his laws change or I'm like, you are self-proclaimed rapist in prison, but yet within the 2 decades you're out.
You
you're
just said the key word, in prison. See, if he was outside committing these acts, they would be marching until they got him off the streets. In prison, these people want to find that clique of people and shit that'll get rid of y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I seen a judge tell an inmate, tell someone she was sentencing, she's like, you're going to find some big D's in jail. Like hoping he gets assaulted. I'm like, that's wild for a judge to say that. That means y'all must be in on the system.
Because you know what? The police don't like rats and bitch-made ass niggas, and neither do judges, lawyers, and fucking police. They'll use your ass up for all the information they can. And then when you get on the inside of the system and shit, you got CEOs walking around talking about, say, oh boy right there, y'all might want to look him up because he in here. You remember that what you call the case and shit with the kids that got all them kids that got found in that basement and shit, molested and hurt. Yeah, that's your part.
The CEOs would drop the dime.
Getting their ass up. Giving their ass up because they don't like that shit either.
Yeah, so kind of putting the battery in the back of the inmates.
Yeah. So if you cool with certain CEOs, or even if you ain't, and they want something done with your ass, they'll come to somebody like me and be like, let's just say for the sake of argument that somebody walk through this gate and get an hour to shower and take care of their business. And it's somebody that you don't like against everything you stand for. And I'll open your gate and allow you to come out here and sweep and do your thing. What's going to happen? I'm going to kill that bitch ass nigga. You just might get your chance. Speaking without speaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
like, I owe you a favor.
So like a Jeffrey Dahmer, did you feel that was going to be his fate based on the crimes he committed? Like he was going to die a brutal death in prison?
Hell yeah.
It's just a matter of when. Not if, but when.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Because I can't see CEOs or inmates just like letting a monster like this live. He ate black people. He killed everybody. So I can't see just the whole system allowing him to just do life in prison.
No, hell no. Hell no. One way or the other, somebody ain't gonna feel what you did and they gonna take, even if they had a what you call it on you and shit where couldn't nobody touch you, somebody and shit will take that lick and be like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna get him.
Wow.
Y'all scared of this motherfucker and shit?
So in that sense, would you say there's a brotherhood between guards and convicts? That there's some things that we could come together, whether it's sports, whether it's not liking somebody, like there's a brotherhood that can still come together.
Yeah, fucking right. You're going to find a lot of CEOs and shit, and that's how y'all, you know what I'm saying, start entertaining each other and get cool and shit. Start talking about the Cowboys and the Eagles and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They still human just like we are. We still human just like they are. Yeah. We just got caught up doing some shit that they wish they could have.
How long do they shifts be? Do they be like 9 to 5, like 10-hour shifts?
It depends.
8 hours, 12 hours?
It depends because you got some prisons and shit where they got apartment complexes outside of it. And you probably driving from Dallas all the way to fucking Leesville, Louisiana, some damn well. So you got to pull a week and shit doing 12-hour shifts or 8-hour shifts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's different for different folks. You stay around the corner and shit, you might come do your 8 and skate. Versus this person got to come here. They got a fucking TV up in the room. They got a apartment for them, and this and that. They bring their food, bring their stuff. They clock in, they clock out, and they go back for the next week. So it all depends.
With that being said, you had mentioned another video that was, kind of gone viral, man. Again, I think a lot of people felt it was when you spoke about the silence. And it's interesting. When I asked you the question, when I asked the question, I was thinking more of like solitary confinement, not hearing nothing, going crazy in your own thoughts. But you kind of opened up something else that I didn't know. Like when a prison goes silent, that means something is about to probably jump off. If you don't mind, like again, expound on that, because when you said that, I was in a whole nother mentality. So I didn't even get the jewels you were dropping until after I had to go rewatch it and hear the people commentating on it. Like, man, he's hella right. When it's silent, that means it's just something.
You can feel the tension in the air, bro. It's so thick you can cut it with a knife. When you walk into that dorm and it's completely silent, The dance floor is clear. Everybody, all the Mexicans piled up right here, the blacks piled up right here, the white boys piled up over here. You automatically know something finna happen. Somebody finna die. And you praying to yourself, it has nothing to do with you. Because when you walk in that door, you don't know if this cake has been baked for you and everybody in on it, or for somebody that's coming in behind you.
How long can a silence like that last? Like, can it go on for hours, days?
No.
It's gonna happen quick.
No. If it's silence right now, in the next 10, 20 minutes or the next hour or so, depending on what time they say, as soon as they get green lit, it's over with. Ain't no waiting. They don't do no waiting. You fuck up and get up under the radar and they find out about something you did, either to keep a race riot from going down, or either your own people punishing you for something that you did. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to know until it go down. You're not going to know. Everybody going to the fences, going back and forth. They shooting kites and all this stuff. Everybody going to be in the loop about it except you.
Yeah.
But one thing I can tell you, before it happens, you going to know it's you. You going to know. It's just a feeling that you get. It's an eerie-ass feeling that you get, bro.
So that means somebody who does something wrong and there's no repercussions that at that moment, like let's say when you say mind your business, you out here talking and you feel like you didn't say too much. You feel like you didn't say too much to the wrong person. And it's like next morning just dead ass quiet. You should kind of feel like this may be for you. You don't know, but
you don't know. And a lot of times you feel like it might be for you. And you knife up. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. You don't know. Until they come in there and the homeless be like, hey, Mexicans from West Texas and shit talking about they finna run your boy up, run one of their homies up. Stay out the way. Don't go outside. Don't. Okay. I feel a lot better now. You know what I'm saying? Because this whole time and shit, I'm thinking, should I just go out and just hit somebody in the neck and shit and hope the deuces go off and shit and they run up in this bitch and save me and shit? Or should I just be a hoe ass nigga and walk to the lieutenant's office and tell him to lock me up? My life is on the line. They gonna kill me.
That's two crazy options. Attack first or be shit. Damn, it's two crazy options.
But either way it go, revenge is a cold ass meal. It's a cold ass meal, bro. And no matter where you go, if you didn't get your issue where you was at, it's almost like Final Destination, all the movies and shit.
Yeah.
Don't think you're going to cheat death, bro. It's going to catch up with you.
That's some real stuff, man. With that being said, we have these stories. We do this thing, man. And again, we don't glorify. We're trying to educate. We don't glorify anything that, of course, could cause somebody to be up in that penitentiary system or things that go on inside there. But as always, man, again, you've been talked to a few people that have met you now, have seen your face, have watched these prison stories. For those that are hearing your message, are hearing you speak, again, take a moment to speak to them and to remind them again why they don't need to be taking no penitentiary chances to sit up on the dead man's time. You said at the beginning, too, as far as even being innocent, but again, just remind them why they need to be able to say, nah, let me not do this. And again, I like what you said when you said educate yourself on the crime. Yeah. And educate yourself on the time that you're going to do.
Not just on the crime, but you educate yourself on the time it holds too. Yeah. Because this might be a white collar crime and you seen somebody on TV get this crime, do this crime and shit, and they walked away with 7 months in the feds. But You don't know if that's how much that time actually carried. Did they get, was there some favoritism going on and shit? Did he talk on the low? Because let's get it straight. Everybody talking about your name being mentioned in the paperwork and shit. I know plenty motherfuckers and shit who done went up in there fucking talking, running their mouth and shit and said, I talk, just don't put my name in that paperwork. I give you what you want. I'll point you in the right direction. Just don't put my name in it.
That's right. It's crazy how snitching could take so much time off of a sentence. How pointing someone in the right direction, someone could go in for 7 months or 7 years. That's just the fact that that's the way they play with someone's life, and they'll put that option in front of you to where you say you could sit for 7 years and your kid's gonna be grown, or you could go do this small amount of time. Just point us to who supply you, who, and they be like, damn.
When the feds came to see me, they came on a Sunday. I'm in the county jail. We don't even get visits on Sundays. So you know something ain't right with that. They calling my name. Wait. Got a visit. Man, stop playing, man. It's Sunday. I ain't got no visit. Put your clothes on. Let's go. You got a visit. They take me to visitation, all right, but then they take me through a side door and stuff, and I'm in this look like a little office. They got this big ass table sitting here. They got files after files after files, all these pictures spread across the table and shit. And I'm looking, I'm like, and I see the badges. The fuck? Man, y'all can take me back to my cell. Sit down. I don't know nobody who don't want to help themselves. That's the first thing they're going to tell you. Help yourself. Don't worry about the next motherfucker and shit, because either way it go, they going to get got. Just a matter of time. But you need to help yourself. We don't even want you. We want him. We want him. We want him. What do you know about this person? I don't know shit about that dude. Don't lie. Isn't this you in the pictures with him? Man, I'm a rapper and shit. I take pictures with everybody. That's how you gonna play it? And they threaten you with all this damn time, especially if they know you lame and you don't know. You naive. Because at first, that Ernst book, I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know that regardless of what I say and don't say, I'm getting sentenced by these punks. I didn't know that. But then he'll talk about you're going to get a life sentence. You're going to get this. We can make a lot on you. Rule 35. What you mean a Rule 35? What the fuck is that now? Take 7 years off your sentence. For every one of these pictures you picked out and give me something on them, shit, I take 7 years off your sentence. But you're going to have to get on that stand and print the finger for it to work. Man, y'all might well take me back to my motherfucking cell. I'm not doing that shit. Is you bitches gonna come down there and protect me?
Oh.
That's what I've never understood about a snitch. You're not even going home. Yeah. Your dumb ass still gotta come down there and face me.
That's the problem. I don't think the snitches know, like, the way the feds will try to talk you into not help yourself. The moment you try to help yourself and point a finger at someone else, they got to go with that paperwork into the goddamn system. And that might be a worse death sentence than you just saying, all right, whatever time y'all give me, I'm going to just go down there and do it. Walking in there, again, I'm just learning off of the stories y'all telling, like walking in there with that jacket on you. The feds ain't going to tell you that this is what they're going to make you feel like you about to go home tomorrow. Like, are you about to go home? And you got to go in there and sit down with that jacket on you, and you got to face whatever comes with that. They don't warn you about shit like that, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
Which is crazy. So that might be the lesson right there. That's the lesson for today, kids. Goddamn, stand tall, shit, bro. Learn the crime and learn the time, but also keep your name at that paperwork, bro. God.
Yeah, keep your mouth closed, man. Like, you're gonna do it. If you're not gonna do it, man, get out the way.
Stand on your own.
Get out the way, man. There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. You trying to get money and shit. You ain't got to scam. You ain't got to scam because all that money and shit, it comes so fast, you're going to be broke before you know it. And then you're going to be trying to do something else to keep that money flowing. So now, drugs, scamming, any kind of criminal act that we do, it's made to be a stepping stone for you to get from point A to point B and get the fuck on out the way, bro. That's what it was made for. That's what the dope game was designed for. But y'all want to relax. One more kilo. One more ounce. One more lick. And one more lick turned into 25 more licks. And then here come the biggest lick of them all when they come slap the cuffs on you.
And that's the last thing I want to ask you is, we talked about how much time you get for serving certain kind of crimes. And I was looking at how much time they was giving out for marijuana back in the 80s, early 90s, like having what they consider dope. Mm-hmm. And I look at the rules of marijuana now, and I'm like, the amount of time they were giving out for someone getting caught with 2 pounds of marijuana, which people smoke freely now. Not even pounds, ounces. The amount of time they gave you for ounces. What are your thoughts on just the injustice of drug charges?
First of all, we've all played ourselves from day one with the dope game. Whether it's weed, cocaine, fentanyl, it don't even matter. Eazy-E, the rapper, Eazy-E, the real Eazy-E. You want to know why he was in that White House? He was paying taxes on the drugs that he was selling. Mm. Did you know that?
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. That's real wild. Shit. I'm not making it up. If you go down there and say, hey, I sell drugs for a living. This is how much I make a year. How much you going to charge me in taxes? So leave me the fuck alone. They going to tell you. Because at the end of the day, Uncle Sam on his cut of whatever is being distributed out in these streets. They don't give a damn about what you selling. They just feel disrespected when they don't get a piece of it. But you wonder why some drug dealers got a 20-year rap. Ain't never been touched. Now, I'm not saying all of them paid their taxes, but I know quite a few of them and shit paid taxes on what they was. Yeah.
That's some real shit. That's some real shit. All right. Well, you already know what it is, man. Again, this is just education, man. And for those that are watching, again, we are not trying to glorify these prison stories or anything like that. We're just trying to educate as far as what goes on behind those doors. So therefore, y'all don't end up there. But with that being said, Ice, again, I got to start making sure they follow you. I got to start making sure they, because you got a lot of fans now. Tell them where to follow you. Tell them what you have coming up, man. As we're closing out 2025, we're kind of going into the third and fourth quarter. Tell them how to follow you and what you got going.
You can follow me at Ice Gizzle, IceGizzle 557 on Instagram. Same goes for Facebook, TikTok. Just throw in Ice Gizzle or my government name, Nathaniel Wade. You know what I'm saying? I have music on every platform there is. I have videos out. I got a movie coming out before the end of this year. We're about to start shooting right now. It's called When Money Is Not Enough.
Yeah, there you go, Don. That's for Money's Not Enough. They've used some of these things that you've said like in like classes. So I gotta say, you might be. I don't know if prison made you as wise, but wisdom is, you can't pay for wisdom, and you have that in spades. So if anybody sees this, hashtag PrisonStories101 on any platform, you'll probably pull up and see this man dropping some hella dimes that y'all need to pick up. But with that being said, Ice Gizzle, we appreciate you, man. This is Prison Stories 101, man.
Salute.
Let's go.